What is up, my dudes? We've got grand finals of the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. We've got Amazon Prime Courier versus Amazon FishingBoatV2. These two Amazon powerhouse teams have made it to the grand finals and showing that Amazon truly is the master race company out there. And let's hop into the draft. And this banning phase is flying by very quickly. Pretty normal bans coming out that you'll see in most pro games, except maybe the Crystal Maiden. Actually, the Drow is also very odd. But Clinkz, Oracle, and Wisp. The Oracle got nerfed a lot since the heydays of 7.21. And Oracle's still a super good hero, so these bans make a lot of sense. And Warlock made it through the draft. Seems very unlikely that Warlock makes it through the draft these days. He's very hotly contested right now, even with the 1% nerf to his Fatal Bonds, but it's still a super good spell and can definitely make or break a team fight. And FishingBoatV2, they're going to open with Mars and Grimstroke, a very strong lane coming out of them. Once you get the pin on the tree, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to get the Ink Swell stun. So just any melee hero plus Grimstroke is pretty strong. And even though Mars doesn't have his own ability to get on top of the targets, once he gets the stun with the Spear of Mars, it's much easier to set up after that. Additionally, inside the arena, it's very hard to get away from Mars, so very difficult to dodge the Ink Swell inside if you're trapped in the arena with Mars. And Prime Courier, how are they going to respond to this what looks like a lot of team fights so far? There's still a lot of options on the table for Grimstroke to get a +1 who can actually have a single target spell. But right now, we're just going to focus on the Ink Swell for the time being. As Mars doesn't have any single target abilities. So I have some stats pulled up. It seems like Prime Courier, they don't like playing the same heroes more than once, although this is the second time to pick Warlock. In 10 games, they've played 39 unique heroes, so only doubling up 11 times. Whereas FishingBoatV2, we have a much bigger sample size from them. They have 13 games and 40 unique heroes, so doubling up a little bit, but that's fine as well. They haven't actually Prime Courier, they've picked Venomancer in the past as well, and I think Venom plus Warlock, it's a pretty good combo. If you get the big Fatal Bonds with the Poison Nova, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. We're going to have to see FishingBoatV2 prioritize one of these purge mechanics, but Prime Courier, they've already banned Abaddon, and Omni Knight is sort of off the table because it's usually Mars in the offlane. You don't normally see a support Omni Knight. It's generally not very good because he needs a lot of levels, so they don't even need to waste a ban on Omni Knight, and this Abaddon is going to be a big problem. LC is another hero with a big purge mechanic, but she's also not going to be available because they already picked up Mars, so maybe one of the downsides of picking up your offlaner this early, and maybe they should have just picked an offlaner that had a purge instead. Oracle's also banned out, so you can't use the Fortune's End to purge the Fatal Bonds. This is gonna be a big problem for FishingBoatV2 if they don't address this now. FishingBoatV2 banned the Batrider, who fits pretty well in this like sort of big damage over time sort of AoE type thing, and banned the Pangoli, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Pangoli plus Warlock is a pretty scary combo. A lot of AoE damage coming out from the Pango himself as well. So FishingBoatV2, there's not that many purges left in the game, so I think this is really problematic for them. Maybe they just need to dodge the team fights completely. And one of the good things about picking Veno this early is it's not clear what lane he's going to be in. Earthshaker picked up for FishingBoatV2, and actually they pick up Lifestealer as well. I think Lifestealer could have been a really nice pickup for FishingBoatV2. He's got a way to get rid of the Fatal Bonds, and he doesn't care too much about Veno or Warlock. Sure, the Poison Nova lasts through the rage, but it doesn't damage him during the rage, and that's the important part. So Veno, I think I liked it in the first phase because he's a flex pick, he can go into any lane, but Lifestealer's got to be the carry here. He's already up against Mars as well, so he knows the matchup, so I don't think he feels any fear about picking Lifesteal this early. And FishingBoatV2, they're gonna pick Phantom Lancer instead, to try and deal with this lifesteal, I suppose. I guess he also does have a soft dispel mechanic, so he can get rid of the fatal bonds with Doppelganger, which will be good for him. Also, the amount of bodies that PL produces means there's a lot more targets for the fatal bonds to go on. So I like this pickup against the Warlock. Prime Courier gonna respond with Sand King. This can still be a support Veno, but it can also be the mid laner, so or support Sand King. I feel like most of the time when I see Venomancer, he's a core. He does need a bit of farm, although the wards aren't too bad by themselves as a support. It just can feel a little bit underwhelming. It's hard to get in close with a Poison Nova without instantly dying, but I do like this PL pickup a lot. The main issue right now is this Sand King Lifestealer combo is super scary, and I'm also curious to see what build Lifestealer is going to go for. Midas Radiance is on the table, but he could also just go straight for a Mjolnir, which does really well against PL as well, so I wouldn't be too sad about either game. Maybe if Lifestealer goes for like an Armlet Mjolnir build, then he can get active a lot more earlier. Once the Sand King picks up Blink, it's time to go with Lifestealer. But if he goes for Midas Radiance, we're going to see a bit of a longer game here. So it's all in Prime Courier's court. I think they can definitely control the pace of this game right now. And I mean, one of the problems that going up against Prime Courier is that Cakes plays the most crazy mids ever, and we'll see what he might get. He's gonna get a Leshrac. Okay, I like this a lot against the PL and the Mars, who doesn't really deal well with magic damage. Mars is gonna be forced to buy an early pipe here. It's not really on track with what he normally wants to buy, a Vlad's Deso Blink. Maybe not Deso, but at least the Vlad's Blink, so we're probably not going to see the pipe for a while, but maybe he might be forced to go for a pipe first. There's a lot of magic damage coming out of Prime Courier. Also, with the Warlock, the Fatal Bonds is going to do a ton of damage with the Pulse Nova, so very scary lineup for Prime Courier coming out here. Like I mentioned before, I do like the fact that PL creates a lot of bodies for the Fatal Bonds to hit, so maybe it's not going to be as effective as it could be. But PL really struggles against Leshrac. He doesn't do well at all. So PL's going to have a pretty tough game this game. I think he's going to be forced into a BKB as well, which is not ideal on PL. But until he gets a heart, I don't really see a way these illusions are going to stay alive for very long. Or even the PL himself is not going to stay alive very long. So FishingBoatV2, you're going to try and look for a mid who can do well against Lesh, but Lesh is a pretty strong laner. He doesn't lose too many matchups, although his base damage is kind of low, so maybe just picking someone to with pretty high base damage to try and out-CS the Leshrac, out-deny him a little bit. I could see Shadow Fiend wouldn't be too bad. It'd be a nice Grease builder as well, which Mars again is not really that kind of hero. And for Prime Courier as well, it's still unclear whether the Veno or the Sand King are the offlaner here. And they're gonna go with Sniper, so oh, I don't like this at all. Against a Sand King Lifestealer, every time I see Sand King Lifestealer, it's just such a strong combo, and just the Sniper is gonna get eviscerated here. Oh, this is scary, and I also wonder what kind of build Leshrac is going to build. Cakes is going to be the play here, but maybe we'll see this like new style of Sumail build where you go for the movement speed build. You pick up the movement speed talent level 15, buy an early Boots of Travel and Kaya Yasha, and you basically are perma hasted or pretty close to perma hasted, and it's I mean, haste on Leshrac is incredible, right? Like he's a very positioning based. So if you're moving at haste move speed all the time, then it's pretty good. But oh, I like this. I like the fact that Leshrac is just like sliding across the ground. It's very odd there. All right, well, not really much of a PL spammer, it seems like. But let's hop into the game. On the side of Amazon Prime Courier, we've got Kid Wonderful on the Sand King, Lieutenant Dan on the Lifestealer, Dextro on the Venomancer, Cakes on Leshrac, and Jerky on the Warlock. On the side of Amazon Fishing Boat V2, we've got Yuki on the Grimstroke, Matumba Man on Lamars, Gundon on the Sniper, sometimes when we touch on the Earthshaker, and Baby on the Phantom Lancer. So memeing a bit hard here with the Matumba Man, but Matumba Man did join Team Chaos. He's not just going to be working for Amazon. That boy is super rich. He doesn't need to work for Amazon, although I'm sure the compensation at Amazon is pretty good, so we'll see how Matumba Man likes that. So this laning phase is going to be, this seems like it's going to be a support Veno. I think this makes a little bit more sense because giving Sand King a lot of farm early on, he gets a quick Blink Dagger, eventually works his way into an Aghanim Scepter. It's going to be pretty sweet for his team. So I think it's fine that the Venos are support, and I mean they could just do like the secret style of offlane where the 3 and 4 aren't really like a hard 3 and a hard 4, they kind of just split the farm up and there's like 2 3.5 positions. But it looks like Fishing Boat V2, they're looking for an aggressive tri-lane. The Spear of Mars comes out, pushes the Lifestealer away, so it's going to be both the bounty runes down here. But Sand King managing to get the bounty rune at top, threatening the Burrow Strike, even though he hasn't skilled it yet. But nothing that Baby can do by himself, and it's going to be 2 for 2. Nothing too crazy going on so far. Yuki is going to walk his way up top. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a pretty strong lane for the PL as well if he goes for this like max Phantom Rush build. Just throw the Ink Spell on the PL and then have the PL run at them. It's a pretty nice combo here. But they're up against the Sand King. They're up against the Veno with this like ridiculous 50% slow on the Poison Scale. Level 1 Poison Sting, just trying to be extra annoying. Unfortunately, I feel like maybe he should have gone, saved the skill point to see what PL skilled. Because they probably could have gotten that kill if he leveled Venomous Gale. So this could be a missed opportunity for Prime Courier here. Mid lane, it seems like I mean, Sniper actually has less damage than Leshrac, which is very opposite of what I was suggesting for the laning phase. But the benefit is he's got way longer range. Leshrac only a 400 range here, I believe. Actually, no, he's a full 600 range here. I thought Leshrac was really low range. Anyway. But he has to get nice up close and personal to get this Edict and Pulse Nova damage, so Sniper shouldn't feel too much pressure here. But already Prime Courier topping the net worth chart, both bot and top lane doing really well. This Fatal Bond spam is going to be so annoying. Even though these heroes are pretty tanky, you can eventually chew through it with enough Fatal Bonds. Grimstroke getting his pull interrupted here by Kid Wonderful, but it looks like nothing too much is going to happen here. So PL skills Doppelganger now, so if he gets Venomous Galed, he should be okay to get out of there alive. Bit of a lag spike there. As the Dota 2 coordinator was really struggling earlier. So DD picked up for Cakes. Oh, it's really bad right now. This is some Gaben level lag. Oh boy. So Leshrac probably not going to get too much done with the DD. He's skilled 2 points in Lightning Storm, which is pretty old school. And he hits the Split Earth onto the Sniper. Sniper's going to go down here. One more Fairy Fight and a Lightning Storm will finish him off. Cakes, he gets a salve delivered as well, so he's going to be completely fine here. First blood drawn by Cakes, and already a great start for him. Smashing the Sniper in CS as well. 10 and 6 versus 7 and 1, so already a full level advantage for the Leshrac. Now I will say that Fishing Boat V2, they actually beat Prime Courier during the regular season. It was a very close back and forth game, but Fishing Boat V2 were able to clutch it out. Burrow Strike onto the PL, but PL's going to be okay. 2 points in the Phantom Rush. He's going for the max farm build. And the Ink Spell, oh, just barely hit the Venomancer. Full damage as well. Stroke of Fate comes out. Dextro's getting pretty low, but it seems like he's going to be okay. There's no Stroke of Fate for another 5 seconds. But, I mean, if he gets hit by another Stroke of Fate, he could die, depending on how many units it passes through. But Prime Courier, they're pulling ahead of net worth a little bit now. Already 1k gold advantage. Maybe not. It's a little bit low still, but they are topping the net worth charts pretty significantly. If you compare the lifesteal to the PL, Venomous Gale goes out after the doppelganger comes out, so PL gonna feel quite a big amount of harass here. Might be forced to salve up as well, but you can't salve up while the Venomous Gale's out. You can salve up during the Poison Sting. Poison Sting doesn't count as hero damage for the sake of like cancelling things like Blink or salves, just because it lasts for 15 seconds. If it counted, it'd be so ridiculous. But the Venomous Gale counts, so that's now that they added initial damage back in at level 1. It's been pretty nice, or damage over time at level 1. Used to not be the case, but Lifestealer going for a quick phase boost, not going to rush the Midas immediately, just wants to win this lane a little bit harder. And I don't blame him, he's up against 2 melee heroes, so he should be able to just go to town here. Although he doesn't have rage yet, he needs to be careful not to get completely stunned like Open Wounds comes out on the Earthshaker, and a nice pin will buy some time for the Earthshaker. So both of these heroes are going to be okay, but there's no way they can deal with the Lifestealer down here. There's no way they can get a kill on him. 5-minute bounty runes. It looks like it's going to be 2 for 2 again, so not too bad. But Cakes, he's alright. He's going to grab the bounty rune for some extra bottle charges. He's going to head top, and he's level 6. This PL is almost certainly going to die if the Burrow Strike hits him. Burrow Strike into a split earth combo. It's gonna be a really easy kill, but he sees Yuki. Yuki in a lot of trouble. Should probably just nice Venomous Gale to slow down Yuki, and Yuki is definitely gonna die here. PL, he's scared, hiding behind his trees. He has no items around. I'm gonna go for a Hood of Defiance first, trying to tank up a little bit against this magic damage, and I don't blame him for it. It just means he's going to be very slowed down this game. No boots yet either. The Burrow Strike comes out, but there's no Venomous Gale. Or even he actually uses the Doppelganger, so the Venomous Gale is available, but not going to go with it. And Cake's in a lot of trouble. It just barely doesn't get the stun over the Fisher. That could have been a really big opportunity for Gundam to come back into the game. He's actually caught up a little bit on CS. Leshrac has 2 kills to his name, but Gundam's been staying in the lane this whole time, picking up a DD rune now, so this could be an opportunity for Leshrac to take some harass here. But only 1 point in the take aim, so Sniper's attack range isn't that much higher than Leshrac's right now, only 650 against 600. And Lightning Storm comes out, but Split Earth misses, so this could be a really big kill for Sniper if he gets it. He's standing in the shrapnel, and Gundam's gonna get a solo kill here. Meanwhile, Lifestealers also might go down here. Almost gets taken out by the God's Rebuke, but not going to be enough. So a huge pickup for Gundam. It's a kill he very much needed. The raindrops saving his life there. Tenet Dan, gonna go back for a Midas now. We've also been seeing like Midas into Armlet sometimes recently, I think. The Radiance build is like falling out of favor a little bit, but against PL and Earthshaker as well, it'd be pretty nice because and Mars, these heroes all want to buy blinks, and well, the Earthshaker and the Mars want to buy blinks. So Radiance going to be very annoying to deal with, and then also against the PL. The PL's having a terrible game so far. He's doing okay in last hits, but nothing compared to the Lifestealer, and he's going to be stifled for a while. Spear of Mars pins the Lifesteal to the trees, but the Inkswell won't connect here. Dexter is TP down here, and he's level 4 now, so the Venomous Gale goes out onto Yuki. Yuki's going to be in a bit of trouble. Nice God's Rebuke. We'll push them back a little bit, but it looks like Yuki's going to be the sacrifice here. Oh, the Spear of Mars just barely doesn't save him in time, but he probably would have gone down to the poison damage anyway from the Venom Man. So 2 points in the Poison Sting now. Not the traditional support build you would see. This seems more like a mid or an offlaner build. If you're a support, you usually want to either max the Venomous Gale or the wards first. I tend to favor the wards just because they're kind of annoying to deal with early on in the game, and not really going to get that many heroes. Kid Wonderful, and feeling the heat a little bit. The Sentry came out, and it looks like he was going to go down here. The Ren will finish him. Actually, the Creeps finishes him off. So that's a nice pickup. PO now with level 6 plus the Hood of Defiance, so it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with this PL for a little bit, especially with the Sentry. But Sand King, he knows where the Sentry is now, so he just needs to not play around it a little bit. But I like this no boots approach from PL, because he's maxing out the Phantom Rush, so who needs boots when you're moving at 700 move speed? Gundon gets a double kill in mid? I completely missed that, but looks like sometimes when we touch, helped him out a little bit, and Gundon, he's going big right now. Is at the top of the net worth chart, above the Lifestealer actually. But Lifestealer, he's going for a Midas. We'll see if Sniper wants to go for a Midas himself. He's not going to. He's going to go for a Dragon Lance first. I've been seeing Midas first a lot more on Sniper because he has this 25% cooldown reduction talent, which applies to the Midas as well. So just having a lot more value. Also, the attack speed on Sniper is really nice because most of his damage early on comes from headshot. So it seems pretty reasonable, but PL with level 6 now. Dextro's in a bit of trouble. The Burst Strike comes out with the Sandstorm, so Bebe needs to get a bit out of here. He gets Ink Swelled, but not going to be able to get too much out of it. His Hood of Defiance is on cooldown, so he can't really man-fight these heroes right now. If he had it, I think he would stand a slightly better chance, but King Wonderful is also going for a 440 build. No points in Epicenter yet. It's not much point in Epicenter, because he can dodge most of it with the Doppelganger. 10-minute bounty rune. It's going to be 2 for 2 again, looks like. Cake's heading in the bot to try and grab some bounty runes for his own team. Fill up his bottle a bit, but DD on Sniper again, pressuring this mid lane. So it's, I mean, Leshrac, he didn't skill any points in Diabolic Edict, so his ability to pressure towers is pretty limited right now. Dextro probably going to go down here, gets fished, and another Phantom Rush is available soon, but he's not in range to catch up. Dexter is actually way faster, so Dexter will eventually go down, but PL's not the one to get the bounty, and PL finally has boots, and we'll see if he goes for the defusal right after the treads. Is he even going to finish the treads? Treads is a pretty nice power spike. Just leave it on strength, tries to get that extra HP. Midas stun on the Lifestealer now. We'll see what he wants to go for next. So Sniper, he's changed his mind. He's going straight for a Maelstrom, and I like this a lot better than going for the Dragon Lance. It means his damage output is going to spike a lot earlier this game, and he's got a bunch of beefy frontliners to protect him. The Earthshaker and the Mars can create a lot of space. PL can also create a lot of chaos in the front lines as well. So Sniper's game is pretty good right now. But once the Sand King gets Blink, I'm really worried for him. But Sand King is going for a Veil first, so not looking to initiate. It makes sense because it seems like Lifesteal is going for a Radiance Burst Strike onto Bebe, but Bebe is going to be okay. He pops the Hood as well, so it should be okay. Not trying to get the Ink Spell damage on the Sand King, unfortunately. Mars feeling a lot of heat, and Matumba Man, he might go down here. He pins the Lifesteal to the tree, so he's going to make it out just fine. Great plays from Matumba Man here. So, Gundon somehow level 11 against the level 9 Lesh. Lesh is struggling a lot in this lane. He drops the Lightning Storm onto Sniper, but he's still got one more Raindrop charge. And Dextro goes down again at top. This has been a very big swing of events for FishingBoatV2. They were struggling a little bit early on the lanes, but they've really turned it around once this PL hit level 6. He's been very difficult to deal with. There's no way that the Venomancer by himself can deal with this. Although I really hope that once Veno gets level 15, he gets the hero impact. I don't know if it works against illusions, but it definitely works against Meepos, so maybe he'll just get a ton of play quads with a big venomous gear. I haven't really seen that interaction before. So PL's gonna head bot now. He thinks he can match the Lifestealer, and he wouldn't be wrong. I think the PL could definitely take on Lifestealer right now, because Lifestealer not in the market for AoE items. And Earthshaker gonna head up top by himself, but it looks like he's gonna get taken out by the Sandstorm here. Not much he can do to get out of there. The Veil pretty much done on the Sand King now. It's just got the recipe on the way. So huge amounts of magic damage for the whole team coming out here. The Venomancer, the Leshrac, and the Sand King with the Fatal Bonds. It's gonna be so much damage coming out. So we'll see when the heroes on FishingBoatV2 decide to pick up their BKBs. The sniper's gonna go for a 4-star first, just trying to get that extra positioning ability. Maybe I would like to see him not go for the Hurricane Pike at all, just finish the 4-star and just settle with that, because the Hurricane Pike part doesn't add much. You buy it for the 4-star, to be honest. It's just a 4-star that costs 5,000 gold, so not really worth it in my opinion. So looks like Mars is going to build the pipe for his team, so he's going to skip. No, he has Vlad's now. He's going to skip the blink for the time being, which means their team is going to be lacking on initiation for a while. Earthshaker also pretty far away from a blink dagger, but Earthshaker's not the one you want to be initiating with. It's going to be the Mars for sure, but Mars is going to have to go back for this magic resist item, because like I mentioned before, the Veil's coming out, so it should negate the Veil for the most part. And Veil comes out onto the PL with the Burrow Strike as well. This Sandstorm's doing so much damage to him. He has to pop the hood, but he already took a lot of damage, so I don't know if that was really worth it. There's no sentry anymore to deal with this Sand King, so PL's going to have to back out here. The tower's also dead, so no one's going to be able to provide backup if he gets dived upon, but luckily it's just the Sand King right now. 15-minute batteries are coming up, and Dextro, he's starting up. He's going to drop some Plague Wards to annoy the Mars and slow him down. A nice Plague Ward on the high ground as well, so Lifestealer going to be able to grab one on their side, at the Dire side, and Dextro is going to get the other one. So it's going to be all 4 bounty runes going the way of Prime Courier. And Cakes picks up a kill. Oh, no, Kid Wonderful picks up a kill. And Dextro picks up a kill on the Mars. Unbelievable. And Lieutenant Dan, he almost TP'd out of there, but he gets taken out by the Earthshaker there. Sniper came in to back them up. So even though they lose all 4 bounty runes, they lose the Lifestealer, which is a pretty big deal. He's the highest, most farmed hero right now. And Sniper is looking to go top. And Cakes in a lot of trouble now. The Assassin is going to come out, and Cakes will be taken out here. Actually by the PL, and the Epicenter's over as well. Sand King still under sentry vision, so Kid Wonderful also going to go down here, but meshes Burrow Strike to the low ground, so he's going to be able to get out of here. Great play by Kid Wonderful, but the Leshrac and the Lifesteal are going down. It would have been a complete disaster if the Sand King died as well, but FishingBoatV2 playing at a blisteringly fast pace. Sniper also picked up a Bracer for that extra juicy 6% magic resist, so he's sitting at 32% now. I think Mars is going to go for Arcane Boots. He's going to go back for a Greaves. He's skipping the pipe altogether. I think this is kind of a mistake. His team really needs a pipe this game. It doesn't seem like PL is going to build it. I don't think PL should build it, to be honest. But maybe he will. It does provide a lot more magic resist to Veil. Plus the Burrow Strike comes out. PL taking a lot of damage, not activating the Hood of Defiance, but he should be okay. And Matumba Man gets a solo kill on Dextro, but just pin him to a tree and smack him with the God's Rebuke. Pretty easy game.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
So Lesh done with the Yules now, so he can set up for his own kill. He's going to go for the BTs next. So this is kind of like the Sumail build, although I'm not really sure if Sumail actually goes for Yules or not. I feel like he just goes straight for the Kaya Yasha, but the Sand King's not really available to set him up right now. Although Sand King just picked up his Blink Dagger, so this could be a really big timing for Prime Courier. Sand King's going to TP bot, trying to meet up with the Lifestealer, it looks like. I feel like he should go with the Lesh and let Lifestealer continue to farm, because Lifestealer, he's going for a Radiance, so he's still not ready to fight for another few minutes. But Sand King, this is going to be the Blink reveal. He's got Epicenter in 5 seconds, so Lifestealer, he just needs to not die here. The Veil into the Burrow Strike, and Sand King, he gets pinned before he gets his Epicenter off, and he gets silenced as well. The Chaos Offering goes down though. A huge ulti from the Warlock with the Fatal Buns, and it looks like Matumba Man is going to go down here as well. So a big turnaround by the Warlock. Yuki throws another Stroke of Fate out, but a Blink Burrow Strike will finish off the Grim Strike. So a huge pickup for Prime Courier here. PL has a completed Diffusal Blade, and Sniper has a completed 4-star, so they shouldn't be too afraid to fight anymore, but they don't have any initiation. Mars, no, not even thinking about a Blink, and I mean, Shaker's pretty close to a Blink, but like I mentioned before, Shaker doesn't always want to be the first one to go in, and Baby gets taken out by Cakes and the Lifestealer instead of Dan. that an infest? That wasn't even an infest bomb. They kind of just walked up to him and killed him. This Hood of Defiance just not making him tanky enough, I guess. Bits of travel now done on the Leshrac, so he can show up to every fight with full mana, so he can always just TP home and then TP back into the fights with full mana. Double damage, God's Rebuke will blow up Dexter again. So Dexter not having the best game. Not really sure how he keeps getting caught out here, because he should. There's no blinks. I don't know, this is kind of weird. Okay, he's going to TP home with the TP scroll and then TP back to the front lines with the BTs. So it's very fast-paced plays, and he's actually going to go mid instead of bot. I feel like this is definitely an opportunity they can kill the Mars with. They got the Sand King here as well, so it's definitely possible. But Lesh is not here, so the damage is kind of lacking against the Mars right now. And yeah, I mean, he's going all in for the Guardian Greaves, not picking up the pipe at all. We'll see how this works out for him. I'm not really sure if this was the right choice, but Warlock gonna spot the Mars, maybe? It was nighttime. He's got the Observer Ward, so maybe should have spotted out a little bit. So Leshrac gonna go for the Kaya Yasha next, as I expected. So probably gonna see the 30 movement talent at level 15 as well. This is a very Samael-esque build. Venomous Gale goes out onto the Mars, but Lesh, he's walked to the other side of the river. He gets Arena, nice dodging of the Spear of Mars with the Yule Scepter. He's gonna stay alive a bit longer. Cake, he blows everyone up, but the Sniper ends up finishing off Cakes here. And Sniper, he's pretty uncontested. He also helps take out the Warlock, and Kid Wonderful in a lot of trouble now. Nice two-man Burrow Strike from the Sand King, and there's no more detection for the Sand King. So it looks like Sniper is going to be the last one standing in this fight, and PO in the meantime, he's struggling against the radiance of the Lifestealer, and once Lifestealer's out of mana, most of PO's damage is going to be pretty negligent right now, because that's the bulk of his damage is burning on the mana, but once Lifestealer has no more mana, he's going to struggle a bit to get the damage to kill the Lifestealer. There's 14 armor. So we'll see what PL wants to go for next. He could go for another defensive item to try and stay alive against the Lesh at this like crazy amount of AoE magic damage, or maybe go for a Manta style. Another Dispel would be nice. Gives him decent all-round stats. So Sniper's gonna finish the Hurricane Pike, and he's got it done now. So it's interesting that he started to finish it off. Earthshaker with the blink as well. He's had it for a little bit, but I guess the bot fight around the shrine was his blink reveal, but it didn't seem like he got a whole lot out of it. You know, I'm just dying, and it's gonna be pretty hard to get a good blink off, to be honest. There's these stupid Venomancer wars that annoy you for days. You can always block these like avenues from Earthshaker blinking in. The Sandstorm is really annoying to deal with sometimes. Fatal Bonds as well. If you get Fatal Bonds, you can't blink in at all for like 25 seconds. Tenet Dan taking a bit of pressure here from the Shrapnel. Looks like everyone's gearing up in mid. Leshrac with an Invis rune. Nice two-man Burrow Strike into a two-man Split Earth. So Sniper and Mars are going to get blown up here instantly. And this mid tower is here for the taking. Grimstroke as well. Yuki's going to get taken down. He's just walked into his oblivion. So Prime Courier making big moves here. And they're now 5k gold ahead. They've managed to pull ahead a little bit in the net worth chart in the last few minutes. Great two-man Burrow Strike from Kid Wonderful, setting up the Leshrac for a follow-up stun. And Kaya Yasha next on the on Cakes. Well, it's got a Kaya. He hasn't queued up the Yasha yet, but would like to see that happen. You also get that extra like 4% of. Yeah, it's like an extra 4% spell amp, which is like pretty non-negligent on Leshrac, considering his all spell damage. So Lifestealer gonna go for a Mjolnir, makes a lot of sense against the PL, and I think FishingBoatV2, they're in a bit of trouble. This Mars really needs to step up his game a little bit, but it's really hard to get in close with Mars without a Blink Dagger. These Venomancer wards are gonna slow him down by a lot, and then like it's just gonna be really hard to get in with the Lightning Storm as well. Big wave top gonna get cleared out, so there's no catapult here. Big money for Lieutenant Dan with 4 siege creeps here, 4 range creeps. Grimstroke gonna go for a 4-staff next. So Burrow Strike onto the Sniper, and Sniper, he's gonna be able to take out this Golem. A bit of a wasted Golem from the Warlock here, and Jerky in the meantime gets taken out instantly. So I feel like that was a big mistake from Jerky dropping his ulti there. There was really no chance of them getting that kill, short of like a blink epi burrow, but he didn't queue up the epicenter first. Arcane Rune on Dextro, and he's actually gotten a lot more farm than I expected. He is a position 4 though, and his team is pretty far ahead. 7k gold ahead on Prime Courier now, and he's going for a Spirit Vessel next just to annoy the Earthshake, I would assume. These heroes don't really have much heal, but big Echo Slam onto Kid Wonderful, and the Spear of Mars will miss. And I think that would have been a bad idea even if he hit them. But a nice 3-man Burrow Strike will get him out of the arena, and he also blinks out. So a huge commitment for FishingBoatV2. They used 2 ultimates and they got nothing out of that. That's definitely a tip-worthy moment for the Sand King. So Sniper gonna go for a Maelstrom next, Mjolnir next. Not interested in a BKB yet. Getting Kayayasha done on the Leshrac. So constantly moving at hasted move speed. This boy is gonna be very fast. And doesn't get the bounty rune away from the PL, but gets the split earth. So PL in a bit of trouble here. It manages to get the Fisher off to stop the. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Leshrac already casted all his spells. But we'll scare off the Leshrac from chasing the PL for a little bit. I mean, PL still does a ton of damage against the Leshrac, but if he can burn all the mana. Although he's got this like mana loss thing from Kayayasha, even though it's not the biggest deal to be honest, but it's still pretty nice to have against PL. The Tumber Man might get caught out here. Doesn't get spotted out though by the Leshrac or the Sand King. So this Leshrac is so ridiculous. Perma haste, although he can still get slowed down, so it's not quite haste, but most of the time is that perma haste. So AC done on the lifesteal, decided not to go for Mjolnir, and Yuki is going to get taken out in 3 swipes here. It's a hard game for the Grimstroke. Cake's also going to take out this tower pretty quickly with the Diabolic Edict. Should be a very quick tower to take out. And the AC as well, providing some extra minus armor on the tower to take it down a bit faster. The Edict is physical damage, so it just helps the push a bit faster. And this game's getting very scary for Prime FishingBoatV2 here. They just need a lot more items to fight. Like the side of Prime Courier, they're ready to go. They want to fight. Big blink forward from the Sand King, but he's not going to make it in time. The Spear of Mars will completely wisp, but Kid Wonderful, he's still got 5 more seconds without the Burrow Strike. He looks like he's going to go down here eventually to the Assassinate. So nice pickup for the for the Sniper here. And Dextro getting chased down by the Grimstroke here. Long duration stun from the Inkswell as well. Catches him on the tip of the Inkswell, and Dextro also gets taken out. So finally some signs of life from FishingBoatV2. The Sniper is still having a pretty fantastic game even though the Lifestealer is ahead, but Lifestealer has Midas, so that's pretty reasonable. I do want to see Lifestealer go for a Mjolnir next. That static charge will be really good against the PL. It's going to struggle to deal with it a lot. Lesh, he's going for an Octarine Core next, so just wants that Spell Vamp. The cooldown reduction doesn't really do anything on Leshrac. I maybe would like to see a Bloodstone instead of... Oh no, he's going for a Hex, what am I talking about? Yeah, no, Hex is a great choice. I was going to say Bloodstone, but anything but Octarine Core right now, I think it wouldn't be the right choice. Yuki going to get taken out in a few hits here as well. He has a 4-staff now, so those gonna be a bit harder. And Kid Wonderful, he blinks into a Soulbind, so he can't use the Burrow Strike. And now he gets the 2-man Burrow Strike after the Soulbind ends. Bebe doing a ton of damage. The Chaos Chaotic Offering goes down, but this Golem's gonna get taken down by the Phantom Lancer here. So a huge pickup for FishingBoatV2. Cakes, he just barely makes it out of there. The God's Rebuke not coming out in time, but a pretty big kill. The Warlock and the Sand King for the Shaker and the Grimstroke. So 2 supports for 1 support and a core. Very much worth it. Grimstroke has the Force Staff now, so Lifestealer won't be able to just insta-give him that quickly next time, but still very possible for Lifestealer to insta-give him if I mean, if the Lifestealer just runs at you after you Force Staff, you can still die, but it's a lot harder now. So Mars finishing up the Greaves, and he's gonna go for the Blink next now, so that makes a lot of sense. But it seems like he's had the Greaves for a long time, so I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe he could have saved the Shaker there with the Greaves, but seems like it's just been sitting in his base for a really long time. So Lesh almost has enough money for the Hex. It's about 1,500 gold away. I mean, the heroes on Prime Courier farm a lot faster as well. Lifestealer with the Radiance and Lesh with Pulse Nova just farms really fast. He's actually also put all the points in Pulse Nova. I picked the Pulse Nova talent as well. I think that's pretty normal. So these Pulse Novas are going to hurt a lot. 30-minute bounty runes. Looks like Mars is looking for this. The Yules onto the Mars. The Split Earth will completely whiff though. And Mars doesn't throw the spear to try and push the Lesh off, which is, I think, a bit of a missed opportunity. They could have definitely gotten that bounty rune. But it looks like it's going to be 3 for 1. 6k gold lead now. So it seems like Amazon FishingBoatV2, they've stemmed the bleeding a little bit. And here we go. Dextro picking up the Gale Spawns Plague Wards talent. And we'll see if that actually works against the PL. But Yuki, Force Staffing out of there, will dodge the Burrow Strike follow-up from the Sand King. That would have been very certain death if he got hit by it. And Cakes, is he looking for for Roche? It could be pretty big if he gets it, but he's just gonna TP bot, and because he has max move speed, he can just get mid very quickly. He's gonna push out this lane real quick. PL still in the jungle here, but he can get to the team before Lesh does, so this could be a 4v5 for a while. Lesh doesn't have a TP anymore. So PL finished up the Manta style, and what's he gonna go for next? At this point, you usually go for a heart. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but who's gonna build the pipe? So the Blink Dagger is finally done on Mars. Doesn't seem like he's gonna build a pipe for his team. So PL could go for it. It's not gonna cost him too much extra. He has the money for it now if he wants, but it's gonna set his next item back a little bit. Maybe he's starting to buy the Reaver outright right now. Sand King picks up the Aghanim Scepter, so we're gonna see very, very long range Burrow Strikes come out, and Echo Slam in mid, and looks like Lesh is gonna get blown up here. 85 seconds on the sidelines with no buyback. He just picked up the Hex and didn't even get to use it. So FishingBoatV2, it's time to go for Roche. Nice DD rune for the PL as well, so they're definitely going into Roche now. And Sniper with MKB, his damage output is through the roof right now. No defensive items on this man other than the Force Staff, but it seems to be working out for him. A nice Spear of Mars, but won't be able to get too much. Just push him back. He doesn't have the arena right now, so it's not the easiest, but without Leshrac, I don't know if they can contest this. The Infest from the Sand King. This is a very high risk play from Prime Courier right now. They need to drop these Venom Wards into the pit and try to get some vision. The first one won't actually see into the pit. The second one also not in the pit, And the Roche is getting really low. Dextro hasn't been able to get close enough. Epi's channeling up. He's going to blink in with the burst stroke. Instantly blows up Gundon here. The Roche goes down. Baby picks up the Roche, the Aegis. And so he's going to be okay. Even if he dies here, he's got a second life. He ends up losing his first life. But Tubberman also goes down. A huge Fatal Bonds. Chaotic Offering combo comes out. This is without the Leshrac as well. Baby, he's against the world right now. He doesn't have the Doppelganger to save himself from the Spirit Vessel, and a Basher from Lifestealer will take out Bebe as well. So PL gonna go down. A complete disaster for FishingBoatV2. Gundon's forced to buy back because Cakes, he's been split pushing, but nice Fisher from the Earthshaker. Hex on the Sniper will slow him down a little bit, but it seems like Leshrac's gonna go down again here, although Lifestealer jumping on top of Gundon. Gundon doesn't have buyback. This is gonna be a complete disaster if he goes down. Looks like he's gonna die here as well. That's a dieback on the Sniper. Mars and Grimstroke both forced to buy back as well. I think PL has to buy back here as well. I don't think they're gonna be able to hold their base, otherwise Leshrac's gonna take it so quickly.
Dire's top tower is destroyed.
PL not wanting to buy back. The glyph is used, but they're not going to be able to fight with Sniper in the next fight. And there's not really much stopping Prime Courier right now. They can go for more. It looks like they're going to go for mid. They can't get for Megas because there's still a tier 2 tower up, but getting double racks at 34 minutes is really bad. And this rack's just going to get blown up here as well. Nice Hex from the Leshrac onto the Mars, so he won't get any spells off. The Echo Slam completely doesn't do very much either. And now it's just PL against the world. They can end the game right now if they want to. This game blew wide open. It looks like Prime Courier are gonna go for the GG, and GG is called by FishingBoatV2. Oh wow, this game just suddenly ended. That was a sick Blink Burrow Strike from the Sand King outside the Roche Pit, and then the Fatal Bonds follow-up did so much damage there. So Prime Courier playing a pretty dominant game. They pulled ahead a little bit during the laning phase, and then FishingBoatV2 were able to pull around in the mid game, but then that one Roche fight just changed everything. I thought they had a pretty big chance there, but it didn't seem like they had any vision of the enemy side of the cliff, and that Radiant side advantage showing off there. Just you can't really do that play on Dire as the Sand King, but maybe the Sniper shouldn't have been standing in the Roche pit. It's hard to say. But a great game from Prime Courier, and we'll see how game number 2 goes. Hopefully FishingBoatV2 can fare a little bit better here.